In today's episode, we would love to share with you a little bit more about who we are, what we're about, and how this collective got started.
Yes, Renee and I know each other pretty well. We met about a year ago through Pause Breathwork and the somatic coaching program. Then we took the Breathwork program together. We've been meeting weekly ever since, and we just love our conversations so much. We thought we should start recording them so we could share them with other people who are like-minded and interested in learning more about some of the stuff where you feel like no one else is like you, and who can you talk to, and where can you learn this stuff? Yeah,
Yeah, you're going
perfect.
to love it.
Yeah, let's dive in. Welcome to the Wholesome Healing Collective.
Join us on our podcast for a journey into the hearts of healers from all walks of life, diving deep as we explore meaningful conversations that have the power to inspire, empower, and share life-changing wisdom.
Through this community, we hope to create a welcoming environment where our listeners leave feeling nurtured and uplifted. We are so delighted you are here. My name is Alyssa.
And I'm Renee. Grab a drink, get cozy, and let's dive in. So I'm Renee Boatman, and I am a somatic healing coach, a breathwork instructor, yoga instructor, lifelong learner, and I'm just excited to be here to share these amazing conversations with you all.
I love that. My name is Alyssa Hutchinson. I am a somatic coach as well, breathwork facilitator. I'm into Reiki, astrology, all sorts of different modalities. Just like Renee, I'm always ready to learn something new, and I never stop learning. And I just love this space for connecting. And so this will be really great. So we were going to do our human design and our astrology. So I'm a manifesting generator in human design. And then my sun sign is Virgo, moon is in Cancer, and my rising is in Libra. And my Enneagram is the 1, the reformer.
Awesome. And I am a 4/6 sacral generator and a Libra sun, and I believe a Pisces rising and a Sagittarius descending. Did I say that right? I'm still learning about
it. So the descending is something different. And we can explore that some more. Yes. That'll be a great topic.
Okay, cool. I would love to learn more about that. But definitely Libra all the way. And I am a 9 on the Enneagram, the mediator.
Yes. I love how you went all out with the human design, the 4/6 sacral. Yeah, I'm a 6 too. So our 6s are in different spots. And then I'm an emotional. So that's been fun to learn this last year and really play into that authority. So
yeah, me too. Mine's the sacral gut instinct. So I've been really trying to lean into that and listen to my body as it tells me from the gut what my initial reactions are, and listen to my intuition on that. It's been really neat to feel into that more.
I love that. That's so great. So we put together a few questions to kind of get to, we know each other pretty well, but for you to get to know us, do you want to ask the question first, Renee?
Yeah. This is a question I find really interesting to ask people, especially in our field. of personal growth, spiritual growth, development, all of that, I love to know what led people here, if there was like a pivotal moment in time that kind of changed your trajectory from one path to this path, or a seed that was planted. I would love to hear that shift.
Yeah, that's such a great question. Um, for me, I really woke up when I stopped drinking alcohol and found passion and purpose. And then finding out I was a manifesting generator gave me so much permission just to keep going and doing and learning. So I'm coming out of real estate and into this new industry, but like it's just so cool to be in this shift.
Yeah, it is so cool. It is so cool. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. My question for you is pretty similar. How did you get here, right here in this moment in time?
Mm. Well, I'm blessed to work from home, so right here is like downstairs from my bedroom, so that was really easy. Um, but in the more energetic sense, what comes to mind, which is kind of funny, like what got me here was pain, honestly.
Mm,
My I had chronic pain in my neck and shoulders for over a decade, and I used to be in banking, and I would have headaches every single day. And um, I started on a path of healing when I decided I didn't want to settle for pain pills every day to mask what I was feeling. And it started in searching through fitness and trying to fix my body. And then it led me to yoga, which really, I would say yoga was kind of my pivotal moment when I discovered yoga beyond stretching, the yoga that goes into the body and that allows you to access the somatic elements of moving energy. That was the first time I had a taste of being able to release what was stored in my body, and that changed everything. And then fast forward finding breath work, fast forward finding somatic coaching, and then those all led me right here, feeling amazing. So yeah.
I love that. And it's so cool how our paths aligned with the two programs, the breathwork and the
Mm,
coaching through pause. That's how we met each other.
yeah.
We were partners in coaching, and we met in, was it like the beginning of March when we first started meeting together?
Mm-hmm.
And then we've just been meeting weekly ever since, even though we weren't required to, because we just love this connection so much.
Yeah. And it's neat because it
Yeah.
was like a serendipitous connection. We didn't choose it, or mentor chose it. And luckily, her intuition just picked the perfect pair. So
Mm,
yeah, I love
yes,
that.
it's so cool. Mm, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a little Earl Grey with honey and oat milk.
Mm, yum.
How about you?
I love that. Some cacao. Gotta have my magical cacao.
Mm. Do you ever put cinnamon and turmeric in your cacao?
That sounds like a great idea, but I have not.
Try it. It's so good.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm. I have another question for you. What do you wish you knew before you started down this path? If someone could have
Mm,
told you in that pivotal moment, maybe like that time when you were transitioning and making that choice not to drink, what is that one thing you wish someone would have been there to tell you?
yeah. That it gets to be easy. Like it doesn't have to be a struggle. We get to choose the path that we want to take, and then we can kind of surrender and let everything fall into place.
Yeah, surrender. I feel like surrendering is a lost art.
Yeah, I forgot how much I had been surrendering last year until I think just this last week, where I felt like I was pushing and shoving too much over since I started my business in October, and like really trying to force everything to happen. And I'm like, wait a second, I need to surrender. I don't have to do it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that generator in us wants to just like build, 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 go, go, go. And then it's like, oh, wait, we
Yes.
don't have to build all by ourselves. Yeah. Which is why we get to build
I
this
love that.
together and other things.
Yes.
Mm.
So is that like a bonus question? Because I don't see that in here.
Mm. Oh, I
That's
accidentally
okay.
asked you the question you were going to ask me. Dang
That's
it.
so funny.
Switch up.
I love that. um,
Uh,
okay. So since starting this journey of personal and spiritual growth, what has been the biggest shift you've seen in yourself and how you've shifted your external reality? That's a really great question.
mm, mm, yeah. Gosh, I've felt so many shifts. I think, yeah, the biggest shift I feel is, previous to doing this work, I didn't realize that there were multiple states of awareness that we could be in. And I just lived from my structured mind 24/7. And through this journey, I think the biggest shift is realizing that I have an awareness that I can tap into from the heart, and I can see the world from my heart, and I can drop out of the structured mind and be in my heart and feel that opening. And I'm an empath, and I grew up, not really knowing what that was, not having a word for it, but essentially trying to suppress that in me, because feeling the world around you can be very intense, and it made me emotional, which I used to think was a weakness. And so I used to suppress that and try not to feel and try not to feel and try not to feel, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate with. Um, and so it was a big shift to just feel my own heart start to open up. And it's like a floodgate of possibility when that happens, and a whole new realm of wisdom. Like the heart is so
Yes.
wise, and it speaks to us in different ways than the words of the mind. And so listening to that, I feel like it shifted my external reality, because I then was calling things from my heart instead of mm, demanding them from my mind. And when in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to create with the 3D, matter with matter. I'm going to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. But when it's creating from the heart, it's more like I'm resonating with that energy and I'm drawing it to me. And it's like totally different.
I love that. That's so beautiful.
Mm.
And I do resonate with the empath. And like you said, I'm sure a lot of our listeners will too. And finding out that I have the power to clear that energy and set my own boundaries. And I don't have to walk around just absorbing everybody else's stuff.
Yes. That's a powerful shift too. That's, yeah,
Yeah.
so powerful. Realizing that you have not only the power to draw your energy back, claim it back, but then set that boundary too. Yeah. We'll
Yes.
have to do a whole episode on just that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should be making notes.
Right? Yeah. Um
Oh, I asked you the question last, so it's your turn.
Yeah. What is lighting you up right now, professionally and personally?
Mm. So personally, we're trying to build a house. So I'm feeling pretty lit up about putting those pieces together. I'm going to be doing the general contracting. And so that's a lot of random stuff I get to coordinate. Um, that'll be really fun. And then professionally, I mentioned that I'm into Reiki, and I am going through my level 2 course certification right now so that I can do distance healing. To add that to my breath work, I think would be really cool.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I want to learn more about Reiki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. And it really makes a lot of sense. It's just that universal life force energy that we've been talking a lot about breath work and in somatic coaching. I feel like I am definitely a conduit for the energy
Mm,
by being attuned from the Reiki master. And so it just feels much more powerful.
yeah. Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense that that would go hand in hand with breath work because breath is drawing in that life force energy,
Mhm.
and then you get to put it back out into the world through Reiki. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Mm.
Um, what are you passionate about?
Mm. What am I passionate about? I am definitely passionate about breath work. Breath work is one of the most co-nourishing things that I've ever participated in. I didn't really know really even what co-nourishment was in a sense. Um, but I definitely never felt that in terms of work. Actually, I don't even want to call it work
Mm,
because it's not work. It's like you get to share this experience with someone and you get to feel their nervous system regulate, and your regulated nervous system helps them, and then their regulated nervous system helps you, and it's just this beautiful co-nourishment that happens. And every single time I leave a session, I'm just like, wow, like I get to do this, and I feel so
yes.
passionate about it. And I think what that is leading into as a passion project for this year is I really want to host a retreat. I really want to host a
Mm,
retreat with breath work and yoga and other facilitators that can offer a different flavor of healing modalities that would complement, and just create an immersive experience that really allows people to drop in and get a taste. Like classes are
mm,
wonderful and podcasts are wonderful, and I get so much out of those things, and I've gotten so much out of the immersive experience from retreats. So I'm really passionate about
yes.
checking that off my bucket list and making that happen
Mm,
this year.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, breathwork has been so amazing. And we were talking before we started this about how we've used breathwork just this week, our different classes that we've done. Do you want to talk more about last night's session?
Yeah, it was interesting. So I did a breathwork session for a group of women. I have a friend that hosts a women's group here locally where I'm at in Southern Oregon, and I got to go and kind of do a New Year's workshop. So we did a breathwork session where we were grounding in, reflecting on the year that's passed, and then calling in that vision for the year ahead. And then we did a vision board session afterwards. So we all brought magazines and started bringing that vision to life through visuals that we could find and put on a board. But what was interesting is, and one thing we learned through our programs is to be agendaless. And so it's kind of one of those things that's always a practice because sometimes those agendas like to creep up. And I realized after last night, I had a little bit of an agenda just because I wanted that vision to be clear for people. I wanted people to leave feeling inspired and having something that they felt like was pulling them into the new year. And then through the session, at least like almost half of the people were like nodding off and getting tired. And in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, like people are getting bored or whatever. And then afterwards, those were the people that had the most positive feedback for me. And they just really needed a moment to let their nervous system relax and drop in. And when they were able to detach from their mind, their whole system was like,
Mm.
so they might not have
Yes.
really gotten the vision, but they got what they needed in that moment. And I needed to release the agenda that they needed a vision. They just needed that nervous system regulation and they got what they needed. And I always tell people like, it's your journey, you're the driver, you make it what you want. And that's exactly what they did. So it was beautiful because
Mm.
it was wonderful for them. They got what they needed. And it was a teaching moment for me to again and again be agendaless and let the journey unfold for each individual, no matter what it is, even if it's them not breathing at all and going to sleep for an hour. It's totally, totally good. That's what their body needed. So, yeah, it was an interesting
I love
reflection
that.
moment for me.
Yes. And it's so important to reflect after each session and be like, how was this for the people that participated? How was it for me? What did I learn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So beautiful.
yeah. We get to be those lifelong learners. There's always
Hmm.
these teachings and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
Yes.
curious, what are you calling in for this year? One thing or
Mm.
multiple things? Maybe it's one word
Yeah.
or multiple energies.
My theme this year is to be seen. So this podcast is a representation of that. Um, and I'm trying to collaborate with as many businesses I can in person and just kind of be everywhere. But I also want to honor my body too. Like yesterday, I pretty much just worked from my bed and
Mm,
just did whatever like my body wanted. I drank water and I laid on my chakra healing mat and just like took it easy. So it kind of is the ebbs and flows, the duality of I want to be seen, but I also need to nourish my body.
yeah.
Um, and then calling in building my house. So
Yeah.
that'll be really exciting.
Mm. And so it is.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Um, let's see. What are you looking forward to this year?
Mm. I am. So my theme is embrace. Um, and a few things, a few energies that I'm really trying to embrace is playfulness. Um, I've realized through these programs, I've realized how much I've lived my life in that masculine energy of hustle and go, and I felt so much of a shift in these programs and practices, moving more into that feminine energy and flow energy, and realizing that it doesn't have to be hustle, hustle, go, go. Um,
Mhm.
and in that realization, I kind of noticed that I forgot how to play in a lot of ways. And even in activities where an outside observer might see it as play, I really wasn't embracing the play energy. And I had gotten a taste of that energy in a couple practices, and I was like, man, I forgot what this was like. It was like a memory of being a child and realizing,
Mm.
like, where did that go? I didn't even notice that I couldn't cultivate it anymore. So that's been a big focus for me lately. And as the universe would have it, I got a puppy for Christmas. So Lots of play happening with that, but also finding play in my own practices and trying to infuse things with play. So,
Mm,
like, how can I play with the food that I'm making for dinner and not have it be such a chore that I don't like? How can I play with the flavors and play with the presentation or whatever? Um, and then also just carving out time for play. So I'm
mhm.
embracing play, and then I'm also embracing power. Um, and it's so funny because it like pings my system to even say power just because there is a lot of negative masculine connotation around that word. But when I
Mm,
think of power for me and what I'm trying to cultivate is that inner fire of feminine power. Like that's what I really
yes.
want to step into, and that um showing myself that the feminine energy can be powerful. It doesn't have to be passive and gentle and nurturing, which it can be and it is, but I already have that by nature. I'm earth and flow, heart flow energy is very natural to me. So that fire energy that I've kind of suppressed because I did have that negative connotation with it. That's what I'm really trying to cultivate. And in a way, I feel like the play and the fire go hand in hand. Um, so yeah, I'm embracing play.
Mm,
I'm embracing my own feminine internal firepower.
mm. That's so amazing.
It
I love
feels good.
that.
It feels good. Is there anything random and fun and playful you want to share about yourself?
Mm. Um, I always like to say that I'm a pizza connoisseur, even though I'm gluten free and dairy free. So the pizza I eat is not very good now. But I love pizza. I would eat it every day if I could.
I totally relate. I love pizza, and I'm also gluten free and dairy free, and it makes me sad sometimes.
Yeah,
But they
because
have
like the
come out with
cheese
some
that's
good
out
gluten free
there.
crusts, which I'm excited about.
Mm, yeah,
Grateful for that.
yeah. We um will get Papa Murphy's pizza occasionally, and I like the gluten free crust. It kind of tastes like a graham cracker or something. It's like kind of sweet.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
the cheese, the gluten free cheese here is just kind of weird.
yeah.
So
I
I
have
have,
yet
I
to
have issues.
find a good dairy free cheese.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
We should probably do a
Um,
session, or maybe I should probably do a session. This is just like a curiosity ping because I feel like my love for pizza is very based in my childhood and based in like a
mm,
comfort food kind of thing. So I just had this curiosity ping of like, I wonder where that comfort that comes from that particular food lives in my body, and
ooh,
wonder what wisdom, like, I wonder how I could comfort that part of me without the pizza. That's totally random,
that's so cool.
but
Yeah, we'll have to
curiosity.
dive into that.
Yeah. Random cooking session on pizza.
Yeah. Uh, it sounds like that would be the best episode ever.
Right. I'm sure it would
Um,
reveal things no one was expecting.
and that's how deep this work is. It's so cool.
Yeah,
Like, why
it's
do I eat pizza?
exactly. It's those surface level things that we don't even question that then it's like, oh, little did we know we have this little part of us that has a memory that's stored in our body that, you know, fill in the blank.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
So cool. Um, so I have this question as what is your morning routine? Unless it's like 3 hours long, then what is your favorite part about your morning routine?
Um, if I have 3 hours, I will take 3 hours for my morning routine. I feel like personally 3 hours is like the perfect amount of time. But
Yes.
it's pretty rare that I get that much time in the morning unless my puppy wakes me up at 4:30 like it did yesterday. Um, but I've been trying to be less structured with my morning routine actually. I was extremely structured with it and did a lot of shitting. I should be doing this, I should be doing that, and then this. And now I try to give myself a block and at least 2 hours, um, and then feel into what my body needs. So usually
Mm,
that will be um, movement, light movement, yoga, usually stretching. Um, I always start with a hot cup of water to rehydrate and cleanse the system, and then I do tea. And so I'll kind of sip on those while I'm stretching and stuff. And then I'll do a little breath work or meditation, whatever I'm kind of feeling. Some days of the week, I just focus on energy clearing. Usually, like midweek, I'll do like energy clearing where I'm just kind of letting go of the energy I've taken on from the outside world and just kind of trying to drop into my central channel and make space inside. And then
mm,
other days I'll focus on visioning my future and calling that in, um, or sometimes I'll focus on abundance work or different categories. So I always have like a chunk of time where it's breath work and meditation. And
mm,
then if I have time, I love reading. And then if I have time, I'll maybe journal a little bit about what I read. But my favorite part right now is that it's cold and I get to do all of this by my fire. And I love winter for that reason. There's something about taking that internal me time by the fire that just feels so good, especially when it's
mm.
so quiet and dark in the morning. Some people don't like to get
Yeah.
up when it's dark out, and it is kind of hard at first, but I actually love it. I love getting up before the sun and kind of marinating in the stillness of the dark with the fire. And yeah, it feels so good.
Mm. I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah, like really romanticizing your morning. It sounds so beautiful.
Yeah. And I am an introvert, so it's kind of essential for me. Like, I have to have time by myself, definitely weekly, but honestly, I really need it daily, um, just to refuel. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's my mornings, my refuel.
Mm. That sounds so beautiful. One of my like visions is to have just a slow morning routine to like allow time for all of those things that you've named. And it's been really annoying to me since starting my own business. I haven't been giving myself enough time to have that slow morning and to refuel and recharge before I begin. And I'm pretty aware that it's a problem. So we'll see how much longer it takes before I start doing something about it.
Awareness is the first step. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, but it's so interesting going from me being an employee to like having those boundaries. Like, I have to do this before I go in and show up and do something for you. Like, I have to do something for me. And now that I own my own business, I don't have that same boundary with myself. And so,
mm,
yeah, needing to work on that for sure.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So that was all the questions we put together. But we do want to roll out our signature question.
yeah.
So we'll be asking this to each other, and then at the beginning of every episode where we interview somebody, we will ask them this question. So Renee, what is your favorite self-care practice?
My favorite self care practice. I feel like I feel like it changes depending on what season I'm in. Right now, mm, right now, my favorite self care practice is It's hard to choose. I would say meditating in front of the fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alone in the dark. Puppy head in.
Yeah, just watching. Just watching the flame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Alyssa? What is your favorite self-care practice right now?
I definitely agree with like it changes throughout the seasons. And right now, it's been my shower meditations. It's like
Mm,
clearing out energy, stagnant or not mine, calling back my power, and then stepping into my highest timeline. All just
mm.
in a shower. It's
You
so
have
good.
the best shower routine, and I love that you make something that is so routine and ordinary for other people into something that's meditative and powerful for manifesting. Do you want to share like
Yes.
just a little bit more on how you've transformed that routine?
Yeah. So it starts by, and I'll probably do more in depth on this as like a freebie or something.
Cool.
But just inviting in the right now I'm doing the divine feminine energy from the water. I was initially doing like the bright white energy light. But the water actually has its own like energetics. So using the energy of the water. Um, and allowing that to wash over me, cleansing away any stagnant energy from yesterday, any energy that's not mine, and calling back my power. I kind of already named that. But then bringing in intention and really enchanting the products that I use on my body, my face, and my
Mm,
shampoo, my conditioner, and allowing them to like work for me. And then setting my like prayer and my intention before I get out of the shower, and then speaking that I'm stepping into my highest timeline as I open the curtain and like, and so it is. Because anytime we're doing something like going into a shower and coming out, or going into a vehicle and getting out, or doing something that's like into a vessel, you can have the ability to jump different timelines and the quantum leaping and all that stuff, which we can dive in on another episode about that because there's just so
mm-hmm.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like you can change your timeline in just an instant if you set that intention.
I
So
love that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
we could definitely do a whole episode on that.
yeah. But it's such a beautiful time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so fun.
Okay. Yeah. You're such a great interviewer and answerer. Like, this is so natural for you.
I feel like our conversations are just kind of natural. Like, with
Yes.
uh different different dynamics of relationships bring out different
Mhm.
conversations, and I don't know, it just always feels like it flows easy with you. So yeah.
Yes. And that's kind of where this came from. It's like our conversations are so good. We're like, oh, we should have recorded this. We
Yep.
should have recorded this. And then it's like, let's just
Let's
record
just
it.
start
Let's do it.
recording. Yeah. Let's just start recording the magic, and hopefully all you viewers out there will gain something from our conversations. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll have obviously this YouTube channel. But where else can people find you, Renee?
So right now, the best place to find me would be Instagram. And you can find me with the handle TruYou.yoga and breathwork.
Beautiful.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as well with the handle
I think that's what I
at
have.
emerge dot from dot within.
Mm.
Um, and I go live on my personal Facebook page every Friday at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. So you can also find me there doing a
Yes.
little breath work.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Get a little taste. I think I'm going to join you today. Need some breathing.
Beautiful.
Midday break.
Awesome. Hmm. So amazing. And I'm so looking forward to more episodes with you.
Me too. Yay. Have an
Yay.
amazing day, Alyssa, and all our viewers out there.
Yes, you too. I love that. Mm. Bye.
Bye.